Alright, I'm doing this early because I got no other thing to do. Literally, I don't. So we are in Romans 3, God's judgment defended. So in chapter 2 was God's righteous judgment. Now it's God's judgment defended. So, what advantage then has the Jew, or what is the profit of circumcision? Much in every way, cheerfully, because to them were committed the oracles oracles of God. For what if some did not believe? Will their unbelief make the faithfulness of God without effect? Certainly not. Indeed, let God be true about every man a liar, as it is written, that you may be justified in your words, and you may overcome when you are judged. But if our unrighteousness demonstrates the righteousness of God, what shall we say? Is God unjust, or is God unjust, who inflicts wrath? I speak as a man. Certainly not. For then, how will God judge the world? For if the truth of God has increased through my lie to his glory, why am I also still judged as a sinner? And why not say, let us do evil, that good may come, as we are slanderously reported, and as some affirm that we say their condemnation is just. All have sinned. What then? Are we better than they? Are we better than they? Not at all. For we have previously charged both Jews and Greeks that they are all under sin, as it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one. There is none who understands, there is none who seeks after God. They have all turned aside, they have together become unprofitable. There is none who does good, no, not one. Their throat is an open tomb. With their tongues they have practiced deceit. The poison of asps is under the lips, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery they are in their ways. In the way of peace they are not known. There is no fear of God before their eyes. Now we know that whatever the law says, it says to those who are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before the God. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, no flesh will be justified in his sight. For by the law is knowledge of sin, God's righteousness through faith. But now the righteousness of God apart from the law is revealed, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of God through faith in Jesus Christ to all and on all who believe. For there is no difference, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus, whom God set forth as a propitiation by his blood. Like I said, I did not pay attention in school, so I don't know big words. So don't you judge me all you want, but I really don't care. It's something I need to learn too. Through faith to demonstrate his righteousness, because in his forbearance God had passed over the sins that were previously committed, to demonstrate at the present time his righteousness, that he might be just and the justifier of the one who has faith in Jesus. Boasting included. Where is boasting then? It is excluded by the law of works, no, but by the faith of God. Therefore we conclude that a man is justified by faith, apart from the deeds of the law. Or is he the God of the Jews only? Is he not also the God of the Gentiles? Yes, of the Gentiles also, since there is one God who will justify the circumcised by faith and uncircumcised through faith, do we then have void the law through faith? Certainly not. On the contrary, we establish the law. Dang. Alright. So pretty much it's from verse 25, I believe. Yeah, 25 to 26. Whom God, no, dang, 23. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, being justified freely by his grace through redemption that is in Christ Jesus, whom God set forth as a propitiation by his blood through faith to demonstrate his righteousness, because in his forbearance God has passed over the sins that were previously committed, to demonstrate at the present time his righteousness, he might be just and justifier of the one who has faith in Jesus. Boom. Hey yo, I didn't mean to okay, I meant it, but not hurtful. I'm telling you right now. Verse 23 to 26. There you go. Reread it. Whatever you say. I can't be forgiven all my sins. Like, bro. It says it right there. Verse 23 to 26. 3 verses. Pretty much. Why am I closing my Bible and all of a sudden? Because I will forget. I just forgot what it said. Okay. 23. For all have sinned. So no one's perfect. Just like. Where is it at? Oh, right here. Verse 12. They have all turned aside. They have together become unprofitable. There is no one who does good. No one. Not no one. No one. So, this verse 12 is being backed up by verse 23. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. You see there? No one's good. No one. Not no one. Being justified freely by his grace through redemption that is in Jesus Christ. So, if you say that I need to be forgiven, like I'm going to be going to hell because I didn't take a bath to baptism, I pretty much didn't go to church on Sunday, I didn't do good works, bro, literally says it right there. No one's perfect, but by the grace of God. You've heard it so many times, but there's an example, always been an example. The thief on the cross. Pretty much, he didn't get baptized, so none of y'all who be saying, hey, but you gotta be baptized, you gotta be going to church every Sunday, you gotta go get baptized, and you have to do good deeds. I'm like, bro, the thief on the cross do that stuff when he was literally on the cross next to Jesus? No. What'd he do? He said, Jesus, remember me when your kingdom comes. Literally, he repented right there. He repented, and he had full faith in him, saying that he would actually be with him. What did the other guy on the cross say? Nah, he was like freaking mocking Jesus, saying like, hey, if you're so-called God of the Jews and the Messiah, get down and help yourself out. Mocking, pretty much making fun of him. But no, the other guy believed him. That's believing, having faith. That's a big difference right there. Alright? Having faith is different than having to do works. Alright? Two different things. And no, I'm not doing the freaking devil sign or whatever. It's like this way. I'm doing it like this. It doesn't mean I'm doing it. Alright? Don't get confused all of a sudden. Because there's other ways that you can be saying like, hey, let's go with like all that stuff. Nah, bro. Just shut up with that stuff. Actually. It pretty much gets me like on my nerves whenever people be thinking about this. Is like saying like, you can make it, but at the same time, like, this is actually saying like, I forgot what the sign is, but it's a sign language. Alright? I just forgot about it. But yeah, not a devil, so. But yeah, that's Romans 3.